Welcome to the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. It's Brad and Josh here again. Pat's on an airplane. We might be able to get a hold of him. Probably not, though. We're going to have some fun today. We're going to break down a bunch of games. I just took a pie to the face. Check it out on Instagram. It was awesome.
That was so awesome.
And what else? Oh, yeah. And we're going to spin the wheel again to find out who's going to get pie next week. What?
Right.
You want to jump into the wheel right now, Josh?
I think we should jump into the wheel right now. So we have the wheel broken up by positions, right? So we talked about this earlier. Now we're going to go ahead and spin it. If it's Pat's choice, since he's not here, unfortunately, Pat won't get his choice.
Yep.
I know you guys can't see it, but trust me, it's a beautiful thing. Oh, kickers.
Woo! Kickers.
Kickers.
At the end of the show, we'll all be taking our kickers. I mean, the guys know where I'm going with this, but...
Yeah, so you got to pick the highest scoring kicker of the week. All right, so first off, before we get started on that, there's no really relevant news that we're going to start because we're going to break down every game. First, we'll go ahead and let Brad start talking about his game first. And go ahead and get into it, Brad.
All right, so Josh, when you gave me the breakdowns, I realized you gave them to me backwards, which is cool, though. I get it. I guess I'm going to jump into Lions at Bears. Oh, buddy. Because I'm not going to start with the Monday night game because that just wouldn't make any sense. But you never know what we're going to do here on the Fantasy Podcast. So Lions at Bears. I'm going to go Lions side really fast because this one's quick. It's easy. I think Marvin Jones and Kenny Golladay, you can start both of them this week.
Ooh.
Yeah, both of them.
Ooh, sexy.
Kerryon Johnson, you have to set him. I think you have to. The Bears are going to get up, and the defense is really good against running backs. They're the number one team against running backs.
And Theo Riddick is a problem.
Is something there still. But most of the snaps were at a wide receiver position, split out. But still, I don't know. I don't want to start Matthew Stafford because I feel like he's going to be staring at the lights a lot.
He's
and this is a day game, by the way.
He's like a wrestler going out. He's going to be on his back looking up at the lights.
Yep. But on the Bears side, I got Jordan Howard over Tariq Cohen in this game just because of like last week. I think the Bears are going to get up early. They're going to try to run the ball. Allen Robinson's been a full participant in practice. With that being said, though, the Lions have this guy named Darius Slay.
Is he any good?
He's pretty good from what I've heard.
He's pretty good.
So if Allen Robinson still plays, I don't like his matchup this week. I don't want to start Allen Robinson.
No.
Trey Burton, you have to start him. Tight ends are terrible. Bears D. They got a decent pass rush there in Chicago.
And Khalil Mack looks like he's on track to play.
Yeah, he's on track to play. So the Bears defense, Matthew Stafford, put some extra padding in that back, dude.
What did you say about the Lions receivers? Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Marvin Jones, Kenny Golladay. You can start both of them.
Okay. All right.
I think they're going to be coming from behind, throwing the ball around. Vintage Matthew Stafford, 52.
Vintage?
Vintage.
Oh, I like vintage.
All right, biggest question I have for the Bears, though. Anthony Miller, Taylor Gabriel. If you had to start one, which one would you rather start? Yeah.
Taylor Gabriel or Anthony Miller?
Yeah.
I'd go Taylor Gabriel.
Okay. I'm in the Anthony Miller camp this week, and that is if Allen Robinson plays. If Allen Robinson doesn't play, Darius Slay is going to take one of these guys out of the game. It's going to cause problems. Mitchell Trubisky, if you have to start him this week, I can understand it with Andy Luck playing Jacksonville and some other bad matchups. You could probably start him this week. He's not going to be a high upside guy.
Yeah.
But you're hoping for about 15 to 20 points.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And that's about it. This Bears defense probably might be the defense of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know.
You think the Bears and not the Jets?
Yeah, we'll get in that a little bit.
All right. Well, the next game that we have on the docket will be the Patriots at the Tennessee Titans. So we'll start off with the Patriots side of the ball. Tom Brady. You're going to start him because of name value. But I really have low expectations for Tom Brady. The Tennessee Titans are actually pretty good against the quarterback. And Brady, even though they've been getting this thing rolling, he hasn't looked great in the past couple weeks. I mean, he did look great against Kansas City, obviously, but that defense is awful. The Tennessee Titans have a better defense than that. So I'm going to start him, but I have low expectations. James White, duh. Sony Michel, though. So Sony Michel is going to be coming off of an injury. He looks like he might play. Okay, Brad's over here licking his whipped cream pie to the face. All right, so Sony Michel's coming off the injury. The Tennessee Titans are 4th best against running backs. They shut down Zeke this past week. Some of that was because they weren't feeding Zeke, but they also shut him down. How do you feel about Sony Michel?
If he plays, I don't really want to start him in this matchup just because of what Tennessee's defense is, because he's not a pass-catching guy there that much. That's James White. I'd rather just take the wait and see. Their bye week is next week, so even if he plays, I wonder if they go like Dalvin Cook, like how Minnesota did Dalvin Cook, put him on a snap count, let him get comfortable out there, let him roll in the bye week, and then after the bye week, come out strong, ready to go.
Yeah, and it's New England, so we don't know. They could go between now and Sunday, sign another running back to get 18 touchdowns, release them, and then Sony Michel will be playing next week.
Well, Rex Burkhead is back at practice.
Yes.
He's not eligible to return until week 13, but he is back at practice.
And that is very important, so we need to make sure you keep an eye on that. All right, now your receivers, Josh Gordon, Julian Edelman, auto starts.
Yeah.
No, Chris Hogan, he's dead to us. Cordero Patterson. Now, we've talked about him getting work from the running back role. That's really the only reason that he's been fantasy relevant. I think that comes to an end this week. It was fun while it
He's
lasted.
also on the injury report with a neck again.
Yeah.
Which I don't like. Remember Rex Burkhead stuff with the neck, and then
It was real. It was fun,
Yeah.
but it wasn't real fun.
yeah,
So-
he is dual eligible in like every platform now. So.
Good. Gronk is practicing in a limited fashion. I don't expect him to play. I expect him to sit this week and then wait till after the bye to come back. But I do know he has those incentives where he really wants to play because that's what, like an extra $5 million on his contract this season.
And that's the only money he spends is incentives and endorsement money.
Yeah. So we'll see how that works out, but I think you should plan to be without Gronkowski this weekend.
Yep.
And even if he does suit up, he's not a great play. You'll play him.
Because
But-
he's Gronk. Because as soon as you bench him, he'll get 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. So now the Patriots defense, I actually feel pretty good about starting the Patriots defense this week against Tennessee.
There'll be a safe play. They're probably not going to.
There's not a high upside.
Yeah, they're not going to get you what they did against Buffalo or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But 6 to 8 points maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. And so the big thing now is Marcus Mariota. I'm thinking he's a great streaming option this week. The Patriots are 8th worst against quarterbacks in the NFL. And I don't know if you guys remember, Mitchell Trubisky scored all kinds of fantasy points against New England. Mitchell Trubisky. And I would say that him and Marcus Mariota are on similar levels.
I think Trubisky's in a better style offense.
As far as talent goes,
And
that-
I think he has better weapons.
yeah. So Deion Lewis, I expect 20 points from Deion
So these
Lewis.
Patriots numbers, they're kind of skewed. Because you had the huge Blake Bortles game.
Yep.
You had an early great game from Deshaun Watson.
Yep.
Matthew Stafford back when Matthew Stafford still had all his weapons.
Okay.
Andy Luck, Patrick Mahomes, and like you said, Trubisky. And then they played Aaron Rodgers last week.
Yeah.
It hasn't been like they've had. I mean, the Blake Bortles one, but we talk about what the defense is early in the year.
But would you agree that Dallas's defense is better than New England's? The defense. I'm not talking about you talking about Jason Garrett right now. I'm talking about the defense.
I think they have more talent on Dallas, but I think the Patriots are coached up better.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely makes sense, of course. So the thing what I'm saying is that I feel like they are going to be susceptible for Marcus Mariota to go in there and get some points this week. I'm expecting about 17 to 22 fantasy points and a 4-point passing.
And he'll
rate.
probably be chasing points too, so that's always good too when you're chasing points.
Absolutely. Deion Lewis, I expect 20 points PPR. I really like Deion Lewis this week. Derrick Henry, throw him in the trash.
He's a handcuff. I mean, honestly,
He's
that's
a
all
handcuff.
he's a handcuff touchdown vulture. That's
Yeah.
really all he is now.
Yeah, he's absolutely. Corey Davis. I like Corey Davis this week, actually. He was really targeted. He had 10 targets in his last game. I feel like he's got a great opportunity here to go ahead and come away with some more.
They got a really good corner in New England, and I do worry about him getting shadowed the whole game.
No. All right. And then the defense.
What about the tight end? Titans have been, the Patriots have been pretty bad against tight ends. Johnny Smith, You willing to throw him out there this week?
So
Tight ends?
His touchdown last week was the old school Travis Kelce touchdown and the Trey Burton touchdown this year, where they do that little pitch. I'm not going to be holding my breath for one of those.
Okay. It's just, tight ends are bad.
It's a valid point, absolutely. If you started Vance McDonald, apparently that was a good idea.
Yeah, it was.
So I know there's a guy who started him against me. Feel real good about it. All right. That's it for this game. Brad, what do you have next?
We got Falcons at the Browns.
I'm excited about this game,
So
actually.
the Dirty Birds going up to the Dirty Stadium.
Aw.
Oh, I know. All right, so we got, where you going to start first? You want to start Falcons or you start Browns?
I want to hear what you got to say about Baker.
Okay, let's go with Brown side then. First thing, Nick Chubb. You have to start Nick Chubb. And also with that, you have to start Duke Johnson.
Yes.
Atlanta's been very bad against, they say pass-catching running backs. But the Browns are going to try to slow the game down. They're going to feed Nick Chubb. Last week, even against Kansas City, when the game script was they were down by 2 touchdowns, Nick Chubb still got a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
So I see Nick Chubb having a really good day. Same thing with Duke Johnson. They're going to use him in the passing downs. And then, like you said, Baker. Falcons are bad against quarterbacks.
Baker.
Bad. You can say, oh, they subbed Alex Smith. But Alex Smith is what Alex Smith was last year. So, Can you start Baker this week? Yes. You can start Baker this week.
Good.
Big thing being he's at home. If he was on the road, it'd be a little different. But he's at home. With that being said, I like Njoku. I like Jarvis Landry because of that. Obviously we already talked about Duke Johnson. Do you have... The biggest question mark I have is Callaway.
I don't like him.
You can't start him. He drops too many surefire catches.
I don't like him.
So I don't like him either. Browns defense, I don't want to start him.
Ugh.
I don't want to start the Browns defense. I know they've been good this year, but this Falcons offense is rolling pretty well.
They're humming.
They are humming. So going on the Falcons side, obviously Julio, duh. Tevin Coleman, after last week, what he did, you have to start Tevin Coleman. There's no way you can probably bench him. And then we have Matt Ryan. Matty Ice. I know last week I said he's playing outdoors in the grass. He wasn't be good. But going back to Weatherman Pat, it's only going to be about 40 degrees there in Cleveland.
Only 40.
Yeah, only 40 degrees. Maybe. It says 39 right now. So I'm not a big Matt Ryan fan.
I've never been a big Matt Ryan fan.
Especially in this game. Brown secondary is kind of beat up, though. So if we find out Denzel Ward isn't playing, maybe you can probably fire him up a little better. Austin Hooper, tight ends are so bad. You got a guy that's going to get 5-6 targets. Maybe start him.
Maybe.
Would you rather start Austin Hooper over Jonnu Smith?
Yes.
Exactly.
And I'd feel good about that.
I know. All right, so here's my big question. Sanu has been limited in practice. Do you like Calvin Ridley over Mohamed Sanu?
Yes.
Do you like either one of them over the Bears' second receivers, so Gabriel or Anthony Miller?
Ridley
over all of them? So
yeah.
Okay. And then Falcons defense, you can possibly start him. Baker hasn't been too great with securing the ball lately. He throws about an interception a game.
Yeah.
Usually a fumble or something in there. And the Browns give up sacks because the offensive linemen are arguing with each other instead of blocking.
Yep, I saw that.
Yeah, it's factual.
Very embarrassing on their part, but I'm sure they'll get that fixed. Oh, Christian McCaffrey with his 3rd touchdown.
Yeah, if this isn't garbage time, I don't know what it is.
I don't care.
It still counts. All right. Anything else you want to add?
I have Christian McCaffrey in a dynasty league, so
this actually is a really high over-under. It's a 50.5 over-under.
I'm hoping Baker puts up some points.
It's a very high over-under.
I'm expecting some rushing yards from Baker.
It's actually the highest over-under we've covered so far.
Wow. All right. Well, next we have the Saints at the Bengals in Cincinnati,
which has a 54-point over-under.
But you know why that's relevant.
Saints are favored by almost 6 points
I'm not
on the road.
And I'm not saying that they're not, but you know why it's relevant. Because Mr. Drew Brees happens to struggle outdoors.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's okay. You can still start Drew Brees this week.
Yeah, Bengals defense is bad.
You can still start him. I don't care. Kamara and Ingram. Yeah, I think you can start both of them. The Bengals are actually the 5th worst team against running backs. I think chances are Kamara's going to get his, and I think Ingram's going to get his this week too. I really feel like that. I think that probably what some of it is maybe they're kind of punishing him a little bit after the PED thing, and then he was threatened to hold out at the beginning of the season. I think this is going to be the game where he's going to get a little bit more work. Now, we don't need to talk about Michael Thomas. Now, the new wide receivers, Dez Bryant, if he plays this week,
You can't start him.
you cannot start him. I don't feel good about starting Traquan Smith either. He is a boom or bust player, and it's been a little more bust lately than boom.
Okay, so if Dez plays, are you fading Ben Watson?
No, I
Okay.
actually love Ben Watson.
Even if Dez plays?
Even if Dez plays.
Okay.
I love Ben Watson this week. The Bengals are the 2nd worst team against tight ends.
Because that's my fear is that if Dez plays, when they get in the red zone, they bring Dez out there and throw some fades to him. Because
No.
it doesn't take much game planning for a fade.
No, and, well, we do know that Dez now will be in the 3 wide receiver sets. Cameron Meredith was placed on IR. He has to have knee scope. So his season is over. He wasn't really going to be that effective anyway. And I'm not really expecting – people can go out and get Dez, but I'm not really expecting a lot from him, in all honesty. All right, now the Saints defense. I think you can start the Saints defense here. I think Andy Dalton is going to throw a pick 6.
Without AJ Green there?
Yeah.
Without a safety net?
I feel pretty confident about that.
Yeah. Do you like starting Andy Dalton this week?
No.
Would you start him over guys that we've talked about so far, like Baker,
No.
Trubisky,
No.
Mariota? Ooh. Because you said Mariota's a good start.
I'd still start Mariota.
Okay.
I don't like Andy Dalton this week.
I don't need. I think the AJ Green thing really hurts him really bad.
Yeah, he is a huge focal point of that offense. Without him, Andy Dalton's lost.
What about Tyler Boyd being the number one?
I think you're going to start Tyler Boyd and you're going to start Joe Mixon. That's pretty much it out of this offense. Joe Mixon, he's going to get to work in the beginning. He's going to end up, and he's a pass catching back now. I know Giovanni Bernard might be back.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
I don't particularly care about Giovanni Bernard coming back. They want Joe Mixon to be the guy. He's proven this year that he can get it done. So I'm not really stressing that. Like I said, Ben Watson, great. John Ross. So he looks like he's going to be the number 2 this week. Tyler Boyd will be there. John Ross will be the number 2. Don't start John Ross. If he's healthy, please don't start him. CJ Uzomah. Now we're thinking some of those targets are going to go to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they are a top 10 defense, the Saints are, against tight ends.
But somebody's got to catch the ball.
Well, it ain't going to be Uzomah.
Okay.
And I love him. He's from Auburn. So sit that Bengals defense too, man. That's all I got for that game. I'm not really I know some people are excited about it. I think it could be a good game, but I think AJ Green being gone kind of takes away some of the
magic.
Yeah, man. I thought it could have been a really exciting matchup.
Yeah, I think that's why New Orleans is favored by 6 points on the road.
Yeah.
In Cincinnati.
Absolutely.
All right, and we'll move on to Jacksonville at Indianapolis.
We're moving on to
It's going to be cold, but guess what? They're inside a dome, so we're good. All right, let's start with Jacksonville side. Fournette's back, practicing full.
Hate it.
Why do you hate it?
I don't own any Leonard Fournette shares.
Okay. Do you think he sees his workload? What am I trying to say here? They kind of cut back his workload a little bit from what they did last year. Because when he came back from his injury last year, after they let him rest, they still rode him pretty well all the way to the AFC Championship.
Rode him hard.
Yeah. Do you think with Carlos Hyde there, TJ Elton looking serviceable, they maybe only give him 10, 15 carries?
Yeah, I don't
the game?
I personally don't expect him to have the full workload. I understand that a lot of people are saying, well, hey, he's going to come back and he's been healthy now. Look, this is going to be a lost season for Jacksonville. I don't think that they're going to be back in it. And I think that they know Leonard Fournette is the future.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not going to risk anything with him. If he feels even a little bit of tightness or anything like that.
I feel the same way, but if you probably held on to Fournette, you're probably starting him this week. Just
Yeah, you're going to start him.
All right, and then let's move on. Bortles. Is he streamable?
Against Indy,
Their secondary is still pretty banged up. Hasn't been the greatest.
and Derek Carr looked pretty good against them
Yeah,
when they had no weapons.
exactly. So
maybe Blake Bortles is.
I say you could start Blake Bortles. Would you take Blake Bortles over Andy Dalton?
I think I would.
Oh gosh, it's so gross.
Yeah.
Because the last time he played, he got benched and got you like 2 points.
No, that was the time before that. In London, he did not get benched.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, against Philly.
He didn't throw 4 touchdowns like I said he would, but
Yeah, well,
whatever.
London Blake is the best Blake.
All right. And then the rest of Jacksonville, there's not a wide receiver. If you want to pick a wide receiver from there, go for it. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now with Fournette back, TJ Eldon's value is pretty much gone. All right, and we got the Colts. Andy Luck, Marlon Mack. If you have to start them, I understand that you have to start them. I don't like starting them this week. I know Jacksonville's defense has kind of been getting beat up on a little bit. But AJ Boye probably isn't going to play. Actually, they already ruled him out. But Jalen Ramsey's still there.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, and he puts a lot of that defensive weight on his shoulders. So I could see T.Y. getting shut down, which could affect Andy Luck's numbers. Andy Luck hasn't been going deep either, so I do wonder with the short passing game, Jacksonville's defense. Colts offensive lines look good, but this is going to be the first real big test.
Yeah, there's been some concern. I don't feel great about playing Andrew Luck, especially don't feel great about playing T.Y. He has not fared well against Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, T.Y. is a no-go at all. Marlon Mack's, if you have to. I understand that you love the hype of Marlon Mack last time you saw him out there, but Jacksonville's defense isn't bad. Like, I know everybody's like, oh, they didn't look good.
I think he's going to be a good play in PPR.
Even then, I don't know if Jacksonville's offense puts up enough points that the Colts have to throw the ball a ton. Because they're going to try to protect Andrew Luck. I don't think they want him dropping back 40 to 50 times against this Jacksonville defense.
No one does.
Exactly. So that's my thing on it. If you have to start him, I understand you have to start him. It's Andrew Luck. You might not have a better option on your team for this week. Obviously, I would start Andrew Luck. I would start Andrew Luck over Blake Bortles and over Andy Dalton and probably over Mariota and most of the guys we talked about. So that's what I'm saying. I understand you have to start him.
Yeah, it's still Andrew Luck.
Yep. What about the Colts defense? Bortles does not take care of the ball at all.
No, after seeing what the Raiders did to the Colts defense, I don't feel confident playing them.
Okay, and they are beat up too. So
yeah, I understand that they're coming off of a nice little bye, but I don't feel confident playing them.
all right, cool. Let's move this on. Get this train rolling.
All right, Redskins at Buccaneers. Alex Smith. You can stream him. You can stream Alex Smith this week. You know why? Because Buccaneers defense is awful.
Yeah, you remember Atlanta's defense was awful too, and we said you could stream Alex Smith.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But I feel good about this one. I feel like you can do that now. Adrian Peterson. The Bucs defense is awful, but the Redskins do not have an offensive line.
They don't. That's what I'm worried about.
They literally don't have an offensive line.
Yeah, they were about to put a defensive end in the guard last week.
Yeah, it was real bad. I think both of their guards are done for the season, and then they lost Brandon Scherf, their center, and he's going to be out this week as well. It's not good.
That's why I don't like any of the Redskins this week, honestly, just because of the offensive line.
Well, okay, so what about Maurice Harris? He was the guy who got all that work.
I know.
Week.
I don't. If Alex Smith doesn't have time, he's just going to dump it off, and there's nobody to dump it off to because Chris Thompson's out again.
And Jamison Crowder's playing or practicing this week.
Yeah, we'll see if he gets activated to play.
So if he gets activated, I don't feel good about Maurice Harris.
Yep.
Josh Doxson, nope. Jordan Reed.
No, I'm done with him.
Well, see, this is the problem, is that the Buccaneers are the third worst team against tight ends, and they've allowed a touchdown.
They're the worst against every position.
But they've allowed a touchdown in 5 of 8 games played so far.
Yes.
I feel like Reed is talented enough to get that done.
Not with Alex Smith back there. I honestly,
You loved him last year.
who
Alex Smith.
I did,
That was for the
and
Chiefs.
a lot of different weapons.
This is like Alex.
I would take Austin Hooper over him. I would take one of the, which I didn't talk about, the Colts tight ends. I would take Jack Doyle or Eric Ebron over him.
Okay. All right. So we got on the other side of the ball. Obviously, you're not going to start the Redskins defense. Now, Ryan Fitzmagic. I feel good about starting.
Yeah, he's at
this
home.
one. I feel good about it.
The only problem I think about this game is that I don't think the Redskins put up enough points where he has to air it out like he's been having to do.
Yeah.
Like he did last week where he's playing from behind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where he can play with that little like, the game's over anyway, we're going to get beat. So I can just go out here and just start slinging
Just
it.
do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Well, he won a couple games like that too, though.
He did, but they were down, and it was like, well, if we lose, we put up 50.
Well, the Redskins try to control the clock. I don't think they're going to be able to do that this time. But I like Ryan Fitzmagic. Now, Peyton Barber, I never liked Peyton Barber, but
You didn't even like him in Auburn.
no, I did like him in Auburn, but I don't like him right now as the Panthers have given up, and now they have the second string in there. So I don't like Peyton Barber. This Redskins defense has shut down Ezekiel Elliott and Christian McCaffrey so far this year. That's very important to realize. And Peyton Barber,
They didn't shut down Tevin Coleman, though.
No, they did not. But you got to understand that offense has a lot more going for it than the Tampa offense does.
Okay.
Yeah. And Peyton Barber isn't nearly the talent that Tevin Coleman is. So I'm buying that. Mike Evans, start. I understand he's been covered by Josh Norman, but Josh Norman's not really a good corner anymore. So
So I want to kind of go back to Peyton Barber.
okay.
With Phillip Lindsay, Dalvin Cook, all the Ravens running backs, and Lamar Miller on a bye, people may need to start Peyton Barber this week.
Well, they're not going to like the result.
I mean, you're praying for 60 yards and a touchdown.
That ain't happening. I'm telling you, I don't think you can start him at all.
Okay.
Mike Evans, of course you're going to start him. Deshaun Jackson. Now we know that the Redskins are susceptible to the big play.
Not with haha.
Okay, so last week Julio got a touchdown. So think about that.
Yeah, but let's be honest here. That's
Julio.
Julio. We're not comparing.
Deshaun Jackson, he can break out a big play.
He can. Not that kind of big play. He's not taking a screen pass.
Yeah, but Traquan Smith busted him up, and that was before HaHa was there. But
Yeah.
still, I feel like Djax could be a good upside play this week. Adam Humphries. How you feel about Adam Humphries?
I still don't like him. He's the fifth option on that team.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Passers.
Is I still don't feel good about him or Chris Godwin.
I hope my opponent starts him against him. Chris Godwin, I still like Chris Godwin because he has the talent. He's been getting work. He's been getting targets all year.
Yeah,
Adam Humphries, this is his first big game of the year. This
yeah.
a flash in the pan.
I'm not feeling it now. OJ Howard. So, yes, the Redskins have been good against tight ends this year, but they haven't really played a team with a tight end quite as talented and gifted as OJ Howard. And I think OJ Howard, especially tight ends, so narrow, you got to stay in those flames and you got to start him. I feel good about OJ Howard, and I'm never going to start the Buccaneers defense. I think we know that. All right.
All right. I like it. Let's get on to a little barn burner of a game. So I'm just going to give you the over-under, and you tell me what teams this is.
Okay.
It's 36.5 point over-under.
Jets Bills.
Woo! I think we got a winner. Bills at the Jets.
Don't care.
Yeah. So Bills, shady. That's it. I know we talked earlier about Buffalo's defense, but there's a little dude back at the helm now, Josh McCown. And he's a better quarterback right now than Sam Darnold is. Right now. Sam Darnold may be better in the future, but today, on November 8th, 2018, Josh McCown's a better quarterback.
You knew the date. I'm very proud of you for that.
Yeah, I try. So McCown's, he's there. I don't want to play him this week, though. We haven't seen anything from him. I know he had some good games last year. But the biggest reason is, for one, Robbie Anderson's banged up. He hasn't practiced all week. He may practice on Friday. watch the reports. But even if he practices on Friday, the Bills have the number 1 ranked corner who shadows. And they're not going to put him on Quincy Enunwa.
Mm-mm.
They're not going to put him on Terrell Pryor because Terrell Pryor's on the Buffalo. Now,
Yep.
revenge game. I'm just kidding. No. But, so, I really don't like any of the pass catching options in Jets.
No.
If this was a better matchup, I would be all about Robbie Anderson. But not against this Buffalo.
I like Robbie Anderson. Well, him being banged up.
Him being banged up and going as the number 1 corner
Yeah.
really kind of hurts it.
He's really good at running really straight for really long distance.
And I think the Jets are going to get up in this game, and then they're just going to try to run the ball out. So it's a Crowell game.
The Crow?
Yeah.
What about Elijah McGuire?
I take Crow over Elijah McGuire just because I think the Jets are going to be up. They don't need to score a lot of points.
All right.
They just let Crow just get his 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Maybe he breaks a big one.
Yep.
Jets defense, obviously, they're playing Buffalo. What would you do? I don't think they play this year. If Tampa played Buffalo,
Would I start one of the defense?
would you start Tampa Bay's defense against Buffalo?
Yes.
I would love to see you start.
I would also start Kansas City's defense against Buffalo.
Well, Kansas City's defense has been good lately. But, okay. Okay, that's really about it on this game. One thing I want to watch for in this game is the same thing I watched for last week. Terrell Pryor's on Buffalo. I made the joke about revenge game, but I want to see them do some trick stuff with Terrell Pryor at quarterback. Do something exciting to
It can't
make people
hurt.
turn a 36.5 point over-under. This is almost 10 points lower than any other game.
It cannot hurt for them to do something exciting.
The Jets are favored by 7 points.
Yes.
This is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
So, I don't know.
So what
I
is
think
it?
Buffalo-
21-14, something like that? Yeah.
No, that's too much.
No, that's 30.
Oh, yeah.
That's 35.
That's just under, yeah.
Yeah, so 21-16.
It's weird.
Or,
So
yeah,
you're telling me you would take the under in this game still?
22-15? Yeah,
It's 36.5, and you'd still take the under.
probably. This is just going to be a boring.
It's going to be a terrible game to watch. Hopefully it snows, so at least you get some kind of action.
Oh, I love those. All right. Cardinals and Chiefs. The Cardinals will be playing in Kansas City, which is bad news for Josh Rosen. You guys know Bad News Bear. I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Kansas City's favored by 16.5 points.
I think it's too low. He's Josh Rosen, sit him. Come on, don't be stupid. Kansas City Chiefs are really bad against running backs, though. So I feel like it's going to be a good game from David Johnson. They had that bye week. Byron Leftwich has been in there. He's going to make some plays. He's not going to make all the plays because it's going to be pretty easy to key in on him. Kansas City really isn't going to have a lot else to worry about. Fitzgerald, I think Fitzgerald's going to be a good start in PPR this week. They've improved. That's actually where they've improved the most is against wide receivers, but it's still not great. And I think that they're going to tell Josh Rosen, use your outlets, use David Johnson, use Larry Fitzgerald. That's what they're going to do. Ricky Seals-Jones and Christian Kirk, I'm sitting them. I don't feel confident about that at all. The Chiefs' number 1 corner will be matched up with Christian Kirk all day on the outside, and he's just not going to be playable.
I mean, Josh Rosen might throw the ball 50 times in this game, though.
Maybe. And he'll probably get benched after throwing 30 interceptions.
No.
You don't think he's going to throw an interception?
I think he'll throw an interception, but I think he might have enough volume throwing the ball to make Christian Kirk, who can break one.
Maybe. I'm not. Maybe if you want to go for the upside, I don't know. So, Patrick Mahomes, duh. Kareem Hunt, duh. Tyreek Hill, duh. Sammy Watkins, nope.
You're not worried because Arizona's one of the best teams against quarterbacks?
It's Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, okay. So I figured.
No, I'm not worried about that. And Sammy Watkins, unfortunately, he is not going to play. I think the next man up is Chris Conley. I'm still not going to start Chris Conley. Sorry. I wish Sammy was playing, but I think that they're going to play it smart, especially with the position they're in. They'll let Sammy rest up a little bit. If he plays, I still don't think you need to start him. Travis Kelce, yep, of course. And then the defense. I think the defense is going to be a good play this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I think this Cardinals offense may show us some of this game. Byron Leftwich may have them ready. Like we said, it's a flawed defense in Kansas City. The Byron Leftwich, probably with the bye week, has some probably plays drawn up to maybe get Josh Rosen feeling a little comfortable back there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't mean I gotta like it.
That's true. Let's move on to another great game I got here. Chargers at the Raiders.
Yeah.
Chargers 10-point favorite. Over under 50 points. So it's a decent scoring game. Chargers, Rivers, Gordon, Keenan Allen.
What about the Williams brothers?
That's what I was going to talk about next. Tyrell or Mike Williams. So Mike Williams did have a touchdown last week, but it was one catch. And he had to do a sweet pirouette where he may have been out of bounds, but
still counts.
Yep, they don't have cameras on every blade of grass. So I like Tyrell Williams better, though, just because he's getting a little bit more volume. Not a lot more volume, because Philip Rivers hasn't had to throw the ball a lot lately.
Nope.
Austin Eckler. I think this could be another good game for him, because if they get up, Melvin Gordon has had some injury issues. Chargers are looking to the future, to the playoffs, to matchups coming up with Kansas City. They could let Melvin Gordon rest a little bit.
See, I don't know. I don't think that... Yeah, I think they might let him
like a
rest.
60-40 split in this game. Not a 50-50 or Austin Eckler gets the majority of the work, but like a 60-40.
Because they'll be up.
Because they'll be up. Exactly.
Yeah, okay. I'll buy that. But even when he had the full workload in London, he didn't do a lot with it. But this is Raiders' defense.
And that was Tennessee's defense, who we said is really good against running backs, too.
And Raiders' defense is really bad.
Really bad. So Raiders, there's only really one guy on the Raiders that you kind of want to start.
You actually want to start a Raider?
Jared Cook. Just because tight ends are so bad and he's had good games. He hasn't had that many good games, but Jared Cook's really like... And Jalen Richard, maybe if it's a shootout, do you think he's going to get some PPR?
I think he's going to get some PPR work.
Yeah, and that's the only thing. But even then, I think he's capped out at like 10 points. 6 for 40. Maybe 12 points. He'll get 6 for 60.
Yeah, it's not a very encouraging game.
No, Chargers defense. Oh my goodness. They're going to be all over. Melvin Ingram is coming through that line.
Mm-hmm.
Hard and fast.
Hard and fast.
I think you already sacked Derek Carr and the game hasn't even started yet.
That wouldn't surprise me. All right, so the Dolphins at the Packers. Brock? No, Brock Lesnar.
Brocktober's over.
Brock Weiler. He sucks.
Okay.
He sucks. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Kenyon Drake. I think you start Kenyon Drake here.
Yes.
Because I think the Packers are going to go up, and I think Kenyon Drake is going to need to get some passes to keep them in it.
He's been their most consistent pass catcher.
Yep. Well, when you look at their pass catchers, it's Kenny Stills, Devontae Parker, and Danny Amendola.
Yeah. And Danny Amendola's one soft hit to being out for the rest of the year.
Yeah, stuff nug. So out of those pass catchers, and I don't like Frank Gore in this game. I don't think that the old...
he'll get like 15 carries, though, because Adam Gase...
15 carries for about 50 yards. But that's about it.
That's good. 50 yards? Woo, you're getting a lot there.
And standard.
No, you're getting a lot of yards for 15.
You think it's going to be less like 15 for 30 yards?
Yeah, 40 maybe.
Yeah, I can see that. I do, out of these pass catchers that they have, and I don't love any of them. I think Danny Amendola is the one that I would start if I had to. But that's about it. I don't like Devontae Parker and Kenny Stills. Kenny Stills is back at practice. If he plays, he just muddies that whole thing up.
And he's one good catch. Is all Kenny Stills is.
Yeah, I think he's proven that. I'm not starting that defense. Now, on the other side, Aaron Rodgers. Duh. Aaron Jones, though.
Dolphins are terrible against running backs.
7th worst, actually. They give up 7th most points to running backs. So that
Aaron Jones. The only thing that scares me about Aaron Jones
is that fumble.
I know. Towards the end of the game when the game was on the line.
It scares me, too.
He did get working later, but...
Because I'm going to start him.
Yeah, I'm starting him in the leagues I have him. I'm starting him this week.
Yeah, I feel really good. I think that this.
I'm starting him over Sony Michel.
I think this could be a ham sandwich kind of game, where he just goes hard as a mother.
Yeah,
that's what the kids say.
What about you? Say Jimmy Graham?
Haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. Now, Jamal Williams, I'm sitting him. I'm never going to start him. Don't even ask me. Devontae Adams, Marquez Valdez, Scantling. They're pretty good. The Dolphins are against pass catching or against wide receivers. However, they've had some really cupcake kind of games, to be honest with you. Tennessee, the Jets recently. I mean, it's not.
Buffalo.
Yeah, it's not really impressive. Devontae Adams must start. Marquez Valdez, Scantling. I actually like him quite a bit.
Yeah, he's done a lot with the targets he's gotten.
Yep, now if they could just fire that head coach over there, Packers might be pretty good. Randall Cobb, sitting him. I'm not. He's banged up.
He's still hurt.
And we know Geronimo Moss, we talked about earlier, he's done for the season, so that's why MVS is going to be your guy. Equanimous St. Brown, I think that him and Rodgers are still working on their relationship a little bit, and it's pretty apparent that Equanimous has some work to do.
All those rookies do with Rodgers. It's even Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Oh,
yells at
absolutely.
him.
Yeah. But, I mean, he's one of the greatest quarterbacks in the league. You should do it exactly.
Belichick even said it.
Yeah.
Did you hear the mic'd up where he said that?
No, I didn't hear that.
He was mic'd up, and I guess at the end of the game, Rodgers came up to him. He's like, "You're the best in the game." He said, "No, you're the best in the game." And then he's like, "Oh, wait, hold on." There's a guy they call the GOAT on Belichick's sideline.
Oh, yeah. Jimmy Graham. Now, the Dolphins have allowed 6 touchdowns in the last 4 games to tight ends. To me, that means Jimmy Graham's going to be a pretty good start.
And we say tight ends are terrible, so...
You got to start Jimmy Graham this week.
Start him over Jared Cook?
Yes.
Start him over a Colts tight end?
Eric Ebron, yes. Jack Doyle, no.
Okay.
Okay. I thought that was it. And then you're going to start that Packers defense this week. That's all I have for this game.
I like it. Like it a lot.
Thank you.
All right.
We
got Seahawks at the Rams. You remember last time these two teams got together up in Seattle? It was a shootout of all shootouts. It was an amazing game. Came out in the end. Rams won it.
Of course they did.
So Rams, this is easy. You start them. If you got them, you start them.
But other than a tight end.
Other than the tight end, if you got them, you start them.
Including the defense?
Yes.
Okay. Easy.
They won't do what they did to you last week.
No.
But, yeah. I can still start the defense because they're at home against Seattle, who Russell Wilson covers up a lot of the flaws on the Seahawks team. So on the Seahawks side, I don't think Chris Carson plays. With that being said, Mike Davis is going to be in there. I don't want to start him against the Rams. I don't think he's going to have a good game. Aaron Donald is looking amazing.
He's really good.
He was almost taking handoffs last week.
I mean, I've seen good players,
yeah.
And he's like better than those guys.
Yeah, he met Alvin Kamara at Drew Brees. He said, "Grab the ball because I want to get a tackle."
He's very good.
Yeah, so him, and you got Sue beside him. Yeah, I don't really want to start a running back. I know they're going to get a lot of work because that's what Seattle does. They're going to try to run the ball. But I think the Rams get up early in this one, and Seahawks are going to have to throw the ball a lot, even though they don't want to. With that being said, I like Tyler Lockett this week.
Really?
Jason Peters has been getting burnt. And I think Tyler Lockett could do that to him. I'm only saying one big play, but...
Yeah. But sometimes it's all you
But
need.
if he gets 4 catches, gets close to 100 yards and a touchdown...
That's a great week.
It's a great week.
I'll take it.
Taking him over Doug Baldwin.
Well, Doug Baldwin just popped up with a groin injury.
Doug Baldwin's always hurt.
Well, this year in particular, and I really think that Doug Baldwin is getting to the point where he's almost droppable.
He's still a volume play is all you're hoping for with Doug Baldwin. But I really like Tyler Lockett this week. So, tight end wise for the Seahawks. Are you starting either one of them, Ed Dixon or Nick Vannett? Nick Vannett got all the work last week. Ed Dixon got all the work 2 weeks ago.
I don't want to. No.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of the first games where Russell Wilson's going to have to throw the ball a lot. So I think you start Russell Wilson this game because he's going to have to make a lot happen on his own.
And how are the Rams against Titans? Do you have that information?
Yeah, I knew you were going to ask me that, and of course I don't.
I just thought, maybe we should discuss.
I know, but even then,
You still don't care?
I still don't really, because I don't know which one's going to get it.
But
to work.
if they were 32nd out of 32.
But like I said, though, 2 weeks ago, Ed Dixon got the touchdown and got to work. Last week,
So you
Ed
start
Dixon
one,
didn't get a target.
So you flex one, you start the other one.
Oh, there we go. Hedge your bets. It's called hedging bets.
That way you get your points one way or the other.
Yeah.
It's called strategy.
It is. I don't like it.
Okay.
It is. Either way,
It's okay. We can move on.
we'll move on because who cares about tight ends, really? If you're going between these two tight ends,
You
it's going to
playing,
be a rough week.
you playing poorly. All right. Is anything else you'd like to add from that game?
No, I'm good.
All right. I got the Cowboys at the Eagles.
Hold on. Is this a weird game? What's this? Oh, it's Sunday night. Carrie Underwood's going to be there, right?
From what I understand, she sings the songs.
She shows up.
I don't think she'll be there.
She might be.
I don't know how that's relevant, but you just like saying Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
He's a really big pop culture aficionado.
Aficionado.
We're going to dive more into that during the offseason when we have some more time to devote to things other than football.
You know the Cowboys haven't won a game on the road this year?
Well, doesn't mean that they're not going to win this one. No, they're not going to win this one.
Okay.
So the Cowboys are going to be playing at the Eagles. They just got worked by Tennessee, which is not good. So I think Dak is a low-end stream. I'm expecting about 60 to 20. Yeah. I think I'm expecting about 60 to 20 points in 4-point leagues.
Oh, that wasn't a joke. You were being serious.
That was a really bad laughing drop.
I know.
It just sounded like. We need to work on that.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
All right,
we don't have our normal. We don't have the normal device here. We have my phone.
Yeah,
Not the normal
we're,
iPad.
we're making it work. Now Zeke. I'm starting Zeke.
Well, you have to start.
You have to start Zeke. But the Eagles are sixth best against running backs. Amari Cooper. I want to start Amari Cooper this week. The Eagles are one of the worst.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
I think he's just hitting buttons now. No, Amari Cooper.
It's a bad call. That was a bad call.
It's not a bad call. It's a good call because they're one of the worst teams in the NFL against wide receivers, and they want to get Amari Cooper involved because they believe in Dallas that he is.
I think they're going to get down there after the ball. I think you're right with that.
Absolutely. Cole Beasley, Michael Gallup, nope. And you're definitely going to sit this Cowboys defense. Carson Wentz, yup. Now, the running back situation in Philly, I don't want to start. Yes, thank you for the drop again. I don't want to start any of them. The situation is too muddy, and there's like four guys
And
back.
Sproles is back.
No, he's hurt again.
Oh, he hurt himself in practice?
Yeah, he got
Well, okay, now I don't want anybody to get hurt,
but
it clears the water a little bit. I don't want no muddled mess like they'd say on Monday Night Football.
Oh yeah, thanks. So no, he re-aggravated that hamstring, so that's not good news for him. It does mean that there's only 3 backs now: Smallwood, Clement, and Adams.
If you had to put your money on one this week,
Adams to get the first and second down, and then Clement to get the passing downs.
even though Smallwood had more passing work last time they played.
Yep.
Okay. You really just, if you're picking one, you're trying to pick the touchdown.
Which I think they would give it to Adams.
Yeah, I think he's going to take over that J.J. LeGarrette Blount role, the power back.
Now, Golden Tate, first game with the Eagles. He was able to hang out during the bye.
Mm-hmm.
And if you got Golden Tate, chances are you're going to start him.
He's the most rested player in football right now because he's had 2 byes.
Yeah, got a couple weeks off. So I like Golden Tate this week. Alshon Jeffrey, though, I think you can still start him, but I think you need to lower those expectations for him a little bit. Carson Wentz is going to be able to hit Zach Ertz and Golden Tate over the middle now. Those big plays for Alshon are going to be few and far between, but we'll see. The whole defense, if Sean Lee doesn't play because he aggravated that hamstring, it looks like he's not going to play. This is bad news for that defense. Sean Lee is the glue that holds that thing together. And I'm thinking it's going to really open up the middle for Golden Tate and Zach Ertz. Now, the defense,
Eagles D?
I think you can start the Eagles D.
I think Dak turns the ball over a couple times.
Yeah, which is sad. I like Dak, actually. I think
Just because he beat Alabama.
In Mississippi State?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did, huh? That's not why I like him.
That helps, though.
He just seems like a likable guy. He just seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
And I want to see him do well. He was a 4th-round pick. I want to see him do well. But it's just not happening right now. Yeah, I think you can start that defense.
Cowboys defense?
No.
Okay.
Don't start the Cowboys defense.
I mean, I think Cowboys defense is really good. I think the offense is just holding them back.
Yeah, well, when you're on the field for the entire game,
Yeah.
you get a little tired and you let up some points.
All right, let's hit up this last game so we can pick our kickers.
Monday night.
Monday night. So let's think about when the schedule makers made this game, right? We knew it was going to be Eli, so nobody really cared about the Giants side of it. But the 49ers, it was going to be Jarrett McKinnon. It was going to be Jimmy Garoppolo. It was going to be all these great 49ers. They were supposed to be like leading the West, correct? Or like right there with the Rams fighting for.
Yeah, it was supposed to be that way.
And we've seen all the injuries that happened to the 49ers.
Didn't happen.
So now we have the 1-7 Giants versus the 2-7 49ers. Yuck.
Yuck.
But with that being said, there's a lot of great fantasy options in this game. Obviously, Odell is a great option. Saquon Barkley, duh. My biggest question for this is, I think only one of these guys will have a decent game. Which one do you think it is? Evan Ingram, Sterling Shepard. I'm leading Ingram.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that, well,
The thing that does scare me is the 49ers defense looked good. I know it was the Raiders last week, but they got after the quarterback pretty well. We know this Giants offensive line isn't much better than the Raiders offensive line.
and Jared Cook crapped your team last week.
He did.
So-
But Eli is a little different than Derek Carr. Eli will say, close my eyes and just,
I feel great
Keep
about
it up there.
Saquon. I will say that.
yeah. I mean,
No, I think I like Sterling Shepard more this week.
okay. All right, we'll go over to the 49ers side. George Kittle is really the only must start.
Oh yeah, he's got to be a must start.
I like Matt Breida this week.
Burrito?
Yes. And the reason is you can look at all the Giants' numbers against running backs, but all those numbers are skewed because Snacks Harrison was there in the middle, and when a dude's named Snacks, he can clog up the middle.
What a sweet guy.
So he's now in Detroit. So therefore, I think Matt Breida's good play. That's his backfield. I know he's hurt. You're just hoping he doesn't re-aggravate an injury during the game.
Yeah, now it's a little clearer with Raheem Mostert out of the way.
Yeah, I think Alfred Morris, that experiment's done and over with.
Yeah.
The thing about Breida, though, is, especially being Monday night, you need to watch practice reports. If you have any doubts about him playing, you can't wait.
No.
You got to play somebody on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Because there's no way on the Giants you can play because I'm pretty sure Saquon's already owned by somebody. And you're not going to want to start off with Morris.
Or Wayne Gallman.
Now, next thing about the 49ers. So their quarterback looked good last week, right? Nick Mullins.
He didn't look really good.
And he threw a touchdown pass to Pierre Garçon, who hasn't had a touchdown catch in like years.
Hasn't been years, but yeah.
He didn't hit one yet last year.
Yeah, he did. He didn't?
No. Well, remember he got the neck injury too halfway through the season, missed half the year.
I'd have to fact check myself.
Yeah.
All right. I believe you.
But
Still going to Google it.
Garçon or Goodwin?
Garcon.
Okay.
Next question.
No, I just want to know.
Yeah,
You starting either defense, 49ers defense against the Giants? We're not starting the Giants defense, I don't think.
I like the 49ers defense.
They're getting healthy. And this is the time of year usually the 49ers going to run.
I think that they're going to have a nice little game. That old Odell Beckham character worries me a little bit.
Yeah, he's kind of good. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah, last time I checked, he's very good at football. Basketball, too.
But that's really about it with this game, though. Nick Mullins, you can start him if you need to. I'm starting him in a league because I have to. Because he's the only quarterback out there. I like him over Josh McCown.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if we know enough about Nick Mullins yet to know whether or not he's going to be a great play week to week.
I know this Giants defense is a little suspect.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I do know. All right, so kickers. Did Pat ever get back with you?
He did not.
All right, well, we'll figure his kicker out.
I guess we're going to have to pick for him.
Yeah, we will. Do you want to take yours first? Or you want me to take mine first?
I'm going to take mine first. Well, actually, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I'm taking Gostkowski.
You're just blindly going.
Going Gostkowski.
I'm having trouble picking between Will Lutz and Robbie Gould. Oh, no. Robbie Gould's a Monday night kicker.
Yeah, we don't do Monday nights.
So Will Lutz it is.
Will Lutz.
From up under my Lutz.
And here we go. Pat, you get... Ooh.
Mason Crosby?
Should we mean give him like the Titans? Suck up.
Yeah, let's give him a suck up.
Or do we want to give him Vinatieri? Because he loves Vinatieri. Against Jacksonville.
I better do suck up.
Or you can give him Jason Myers against Buffalo.
We should probably do suck up.
All right. He's got suck up. He's got until Sunday to change it. I know he doesn't listen to the end of the show. He only listens to the beginning.
So it is what it is, bud.
So if you don't tell us before the game starts on Sunday, you're sucking it up.
Boom, boom.
Hey, it's perfect for him. He's got to suck it up. Oh, yep. Clever girl.
There's no getting your way out of this time. None of it. Thank you for tuning in to another great episode of the Empty Wagon Fantasy Podcast. You can find us on Twitter at EmptyWagonFF, at Tack Jones, at HattrickPat37, and at FFJoshHughes. Make sure you tell everyone about it, and we hope to see you again next time.
Yep, so we'll be coming. You'll have your episode on Veterans Day with the recap of all the games, and then on that next Wednesday, we're going to dive a little deeper into championship stuff. We kind of touched on it this week. We're going to dig a little deeper into those, what you need to do to prepare for these championships.
Digging
deep.
Bye, guys.